Right. Yesterday at the state fair, we had an update from my emergency management team on the drought. Three areas real quickly, and I won't bore everybody here. Hopefully, at least I won't feel like I am. Number one, as far as the needs of humans, it's important to note that with the drought and the heat, we've had 34 heat-related deaths. We have over 1,000 emergency room visits. We currently have 500 cooling rooms and shelters around the state for humans. We've also gone through a complete inventory of all 1,400 public water systems to make sure that they have the quality and the quantity of water. We've also put in place our emergency management if a water system does go down between the National Guard and our faith-based partners to be able to bring water to that. So on the human side, we're focused there. On the agriculture side, obviously with no rain, it's hard to grow crops. And consequently, you're going to see yields this year that are down. Corn especially problematic because of the timing of the heat and the drought. Beans, I think we still have a chance for a late crop that's going to be way down. But the most significant challenge has been in the area of livestock. Missouri is, for example, number 2 in the country in cow-calf production. We're a big beef state. I mean, but a lot of small operators, about 50,000, there's about 108,000 farms in Missouri, about 50,000 plus of those raise beef in some fashion, in some amount. And so what we saw was a significant problem. Many of those operations had no access to water. And even though the cost of corn was going up, the cost of hay was more difficult to get, even though we opened up grazing land on conservation reserve, it became apparent to us we were going to do something. So I worked with the State Soil and Water Board, and I signed an executive order to put together a cost share program that will allow those farmers to get 90% of the costs paid for well or other hooking up to rural water so that they can feed those animals. We don't want to see the size of our herd drop. We're over 4,900 of those applications have been approved. I want to thank the State Soil and Water Commission and everybody that pays that soil and water. That with the dipping of water levels out there and many of the permits that deal with not to be overly boring, but the temperature of water that can be released from those, you want to make sure that works well. So we've been in constant contact there to make sure that we have power production maintained throughout the entirety of this challenge. The other thing yesterday when we got our briefing, I'm not the state meteorologist, but I'll leave that to others, other than to say that the drought is as bad in the heat and lack of water as it's been since the 1930s, and that the U.S. Weather Service has extended the time period that they think we're going to be far under the amount of precipitation into November, and that Missouri is right in the center of it. I mean, right in our state. So it's going to be a continuing challenge to us. But like all of these things, I mean, Missourians operate best when times are tough.